Hello, the kitchen. We are back with another Kitchen Conversations. This time it is a bit of a different format, a special Zane Navratil roast kitchen conversation. Welcome, Zane.
Hey, well, thanks for having me. I figure I dish it out all over social media. I make fun of everybody that I actually like. So if this is everybody's opportunity to get back at me. If you can't take it, I don't think you're allowed to dish it out. And so I'm ready. Give it your best. Maybe I'll regret it. I don't know.
I think one of us will regret it. Might be us, might be you. I'm not sure. Yeah. What? When Jared told me that you wanted to do a roast, I thought to myself, well, if there's one thing we know about pickleball players, that they're funny, or maybe not. And I thought, really, I thought when you asked to do a roast, I thought that was funny, and I was trying to figure out, is any of this going to be funny? So we were excited. We were pretty excited about this. We sent out, invites.
Actually, what Jason said was, "This is a terrible fucking idea." That was
I might have said that. But we proceeded. We reached out to all top 20 players and men and women, and apparently they're all PPA signed now and they can't participate. So
we got a cease and desist from Tom Dundon.
Yeah.
So okay. No PPA players could participate. So we have Leo Chun for the next half hour.
Perfect. Isn't it past his bedtime?
It is.
He is sleeping. It's a pre-recorded video as well.
Okay, perfect.
So, but let's dive in. We've got a couple of special guests waiting in the wings, and they are definitely not short of some roast material. So here we go.
Yo.
Oh,
hey.
Wow. What up, Sherry? Yo.
Hey. God, how embarrassing is this, huh?
Lee.
Hey, how are you?
What's up, Lee?
Good.
Hey,
Who do we even
Zane.
have on this roast? I mean, Grant Bond. I mean, who the hell's Grant Bond? I mean, bunch of bums. I mean, Hayden. I mean, Leo Chung. I mean, this is embarrassing, Zane. I mean, honestly, I watched Rob Lowe's roast. He couldn't get any. These are all E-list celebrities. I mean, they had to pay me to come. And Golden Acres at least is going to give me a free night out next time I go to Austin.
Hey, hold on. How did you get a Golden Acres hoodie? I want one.
No, Lee. You can only wear the Dreamland and the Kitchen hoodie. We're sending that to you. Come on, we talked about this.
Yeah.
But Golden Acres, isn't that your backyard?
It is. We're big fans.
They're taking care of me. I mean, I literally
Zane,
got so
I don't
many
know why I'm on here because you've never made fun of me, and I feel like the material that I have for you is sort of now one-sided because you've never gone after me. So now it feels like I feel like I'm punching a child.
Never stopped you before, Lee.
Well, have at it. Some kids deserve to be punched.
Yeah.
Come on.
We'll put this here. We'll put this down here for now. Cover Sherry. So, Sherry, what do you got?
No, man, really nothing. Honestly, I'm embarrassed that you guys had to pay me to come on this dang thing. I like Zane. We're cool. I mean, it's pretty embarrassing the fact you can't get anybody to come on. I mean, Ben Deckel. I mean, Kyle Yates. I mean, it's embarrassing. I mean, honestly, I just feel bad for you. Literally, I'm just here because they're paying me to be here.
Is that Brewer's Lid part of the roast?
What's that?
Is that Brewer's Lid part of the roast?
Well, no. I mean, it's just one of those things. I mean, Zane doesn't know yet. He's such a nice guy, and I respect him and Jenny. I mean, most people think it's pretty cool him to date a Miss Wisconsin, girl. But I mean, she's got all the Brewers, all the Milwaukee Bucks in her DMs, and she's got her blue check mark finally, and she's gonna be a good girl through 2022. But 2023, when she gives that crown back, safe to say, Zane, you're gonna be a free agent again, and you're gonna be single. It's okay though. I don't blame Jenny. I mean, shoot. I mean, so I just one of the Brewers guys. He'll remain nameless. Makes a couple more checks, a couple more commas in his bank account than you. He told me to put a good word in with Jenny, so I said I'll do it. No problem.
But Miss Alabama said she would be single in 2023 as well and wanted Zane's number.
There you go.
There we go, Lee. you can if you can make that connection. No, I'm just so everybody knows. I think Jenny's watching, and I think she's been talking about having a roast prepared. I don't know whether that's true or not, but that
Yeah, actually, I reached out to her. She did not respond. Actually, she did, and she said, Zane's not that interesting. So there wasn't a whole lot to roast him on. So I apologize.
Well, I got to tell you guys my favorite, since I didn't have this prepared, but I got to tell you guys my favorite Ryan story. So you came to Wisconsin. You messaged me that you were coming to the Ryder Cup, and it was just after you had hurt yourself. And so Ryan is blowing up my phone. He's like, yo, let's get some training in. Let's hit a little bit, whatever. I'm like, man, I'm doing a clinic this day. You're showing up at the airport at noon. My clinic starts at 1. But he's like, I just want to see you. I want some cheese curds. Can you bring me some gas station food? He texts me. I'm on my way there. He's like, I haven't had anything to eat. Can you just get me some food from the gas station?
I don't believe that I haven't eaten.
What's that?
I think you actually believe this part that I hadn't eaten yet that day.
And the only thing that's funny about this is he specifically said, he didn't say, can you get me some food? He specifically said, can you pick me up something from the gas station? I'm like, well.
Have you seen his body?
Well, that's
His
how he
body was
maintains.
not built on regular food.
Well, gas station food is good. I won't argue with you there. But Ryan says, can I get some food from the gas station? I'm like, sure, I can pick you up something from the gas station, Ryan. And we get there, and he's like, I just want to get some reps in. I know you're teaching a 3-5 clinic right now. Can I just hit in with the clinic? I'm like, Ryan, dude, you don't want to hit in with my 3-5 clinic, man. You don't want to hit in. He's like, okay, fine. So we start playing a little bit. He and I are just drilling for the 20 minutes before my clinic starts. I hit a dink about 6 inches out of his reach, and Ryan's like, oh God, my knee. And so we sit up in the kitchen. We're hitting these dink rallies. We dink for 10 minutes. We go back. Ryan's eating his gas station food, and we hit for about 20 minutes. And yeah, it was just.
I got an Instagram post out of it
for 20 minutes before a 3-5 clinic on top of gas station food. It was probably some of the most fun pickleball I've ever played.
But isn't it the most that Ryan's ever dinked consecutively?
Probably.
Hey, it was a good time though. Literally, literally went downtown, went to Ryder Cup, got to see what old Milwaukee's about. It was a good time. Lee, what you got for Zane?
First off, I've never been told how old Zane is, so I'm not entirely sure that this is PG-13. What are we going?
Rated G, please.
Hayden Big H said he was happy that Zane was on the tour because there's another person that looks 14. So that's we don't know how old exactly Zane is, but how old are you, Zane?
I'm 26.
I think Hayden looks older than Zane.
And at what point do you think you'll hit puberty?
Weighs more than Zane too.
Do you think puberty's coming soon or no?
All I know is once I hit my late 20s growth spurt, like Deckel and Jay, those guys are all just toast. Once I hit that late 20s growth spurt.
But by then there'll be no spin serve. So,
What was that?
There'll be no spin serve by then at all. They're going to do away with all the spin serve. So,
here's the whole thing. Literally, Zane, I love you. You and I are cool. We good. I'm embarrassed that literally you have no one else that wanted to come on here. So I just don't want to get you too embarrassed. That's the only why I'm here, literally. Jason's been begging. Jared begging me. I got more important people to talk to. I'm literally, as you can tell, I'm drinking. I'm getting ready for a big night out. Big night out. I'm doing this for you. But with that, I try to defend pickleball. I'm like, oh, it's so hard. Bro, have you seen how do you have that video up of you playing tennis? You are so fucking bad. It's embarrassing. No, literally, I'm saying this out of respect because, how are you that bad? And the fact that you beat me makes me look embarrassed.
Out here playing tennis with my buddy Scott. I think this thing's illegal. I think it's too long. Haven't hit a tennis ball in 7 months. No.
acceptable for me. I mean, it's bad enough here I am, 30 pounds overweight, 38 years old. I go out 4 times a week and I'm already beating JW's ass, everyone else's ass. You haven't got you yet, but except for the time I was of 11 too and hurt myself. But I mean, it's embarrassing. Get that off the internet. It's terrible. How can anybody sponsor any of us? Knowing that you're beating people and that's your racket skills.
All right,
I ain't got much more.
match.
But it
No
makes it
golden
pretty
anchor.
impressive what he does on the pickleball court. If you after you see that video, you're like, that guy cannot possibly play pickleball.
I know. It's like a gimmick sport now. It feels like bumper pool, you know? Jared, we just tell Golden Acres I did what I said I was gonna do. I want my free happy hour. Zane, have fun with your other Hayden and Leo Chung and whoever else they had to pay to get on to give fucking, Smarties and Swedish fish and whatever else is in their diet. But appreciate you. I'll see you in a couple weeks.
See you later, Sherry. Thanks for popping
Good
on.
night. Peace. All right, later.
Just match anytime.
Later, Share Bear. All right.
I can't wait to see your Instagram tonight, Sherry.
Since Sherry doesn't know how to use the internet, we'll kick him. Later, Sherry. So, all right. Well, that was par for the course, I guess, for Ryan Sherry.
Sherry didn't even realize it was supposed to be a roast. That was just his regular personality rant.
So, Lee, do you have any other thoughts? We can keep you on. I have some pre-recorded roast stuff that we're gonna share with Zane from some of our friends in the pickleball community.
Oh, I'd love to see what people are saying, how they're roasting Zane and how they're trying not to hurt his feelings.
All right. Before I put that on, I'm gonna see if there's any we have any comments of people roasting Zane. So far I don't see any. So let's go to the tape.
The kitchen, you guys reached out to me, said you guys need me to ask Zane some questions. And so I had 3 questions for Zane. Number 1, lately you've been in the news about dating Jenny for like 8 years and how you've known her forever and she's your gold medal and all this stuff, okay? Now I know Jenny, and anybody that's met Jenny in 8 seconds, let me do this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In 8 seconds knows that Jenny's a lifer. I mean, Zane, you can't get better than Jenny. You cannot. So my question to you is, number 1 question, 8 years, I mean, it's time to go from change your Facebook status from friend, relationship, to maybe engaged and maybe married. And don't worry, I'm already gonna be at your wedding, so don't worry about sending me a card or whatever, I'll be there. So, number 1 question, when's the status change coming?
We'll leave it at that for now, and then we'll come back. So when is that gonna happen?
I think when, oh boy, Jenny, we got Jenny here.
Let's
Perfect timing.
I think that.
Hold on. First off, Jenny, for those who don't know, Jenny is the current Miss Wisconsin, correct?
That is correct.
So that's pretty impressive. And you've been together, Zane, now for 8 years?
Ever since I got naked on top of her car and asked her to homecoming in high school, yeah. I peaked then.
Were you naked?
I like to leave something to the imagination.
You were what, 16? They can't have been much there to see.
Still is.
So let's make this even more awkward. Here we go. So, Zane, what's the deal?
All I know is when that does happen, Altaf has got to make a speech at the wedding. I mean, we'll definitely put him on a timer. He's got 2 minutes and no more. Otherwise, we all know what happens with Altaf and a mic. But we'll make sure that he's talking on there, and it'll probably be live streamed. We'll probably have Solenko live stream it.
Are you guys in the same apartment right now?
Nah, she kicked me out.
I'm in the apartment. I kicked him out to the lounge because otherwise our computers would echo each other.
Fair. Jenny, what do you have for Zane? I mean, you've known him for 8 years. You probably know him better than any of us except for Ryan Sherry. What do you got?
So everyone knows Zane as this very confident world number 2 ranked pickleball player. But back when I met Zane, he wasn't so confident. And so Here's the story of how Zane asked me to be his girlfriend. So everyone knows the story of how he asked me to homecoming. Y'all have seen the picture. He got naked.
I like that story better.
What? You can't interrupt.
I like that story better.
I can't hear you. You can't interrupt my roast.
Yeah, you can't interrupt, please, Zane.
Please offer me
We're
the same.
gonna mute, Zane, we're going to mute you up.
So Zane, got on top of my car. That's how he asked me to homecoming. That was actually before we had started dating. And it was probably about a month later. We had been talking. We had gone on a couple dates. And Zane walked me to my car. And at this point, his hands were like clammy as hell. Like they were dripping wet. And I could tell he was nervous. And so he looked at me and he said, "What are we exactly?" And in the most awkward way, I said, "Well, what do you want us to be?" And then he said, "I want you to be my girlfriend." And then I said, "Okay." And he said, "Thank you so much." He thanked me for saying yes. It was just
Did he slip you a 20 also? 100? Did he slip you a hundo as well?
It was in that moment that I immediately regretted my decision. And I'm a very nice person. I have a really hard time telling people no. So I'm about 8 years deep into a relationship that I immediately regretted from the first 10 seconds. So
if Giannis comes slides in the DMs, there could be a chance.
There could be, although I am a big Giannis fan and I do also love his wife, so I could never do that to Mariah. But maybe any other Bucks player, I would say they got a chance.
Okay. Oh, you're still muted, Zane. We'll unmute you now. There you go.
I'm toast because Jenny, we've already have the agreement that Murray is Jenny's in the divorce. So, I mean, that's the only reason I'm sticking around.
I think Murray would probably choose Jenny. Let's be real.
That brings me to the second half of my roast. So, so when we decided that we were ready to adopt a dog, I had put in the application for Murray, and we were approved. So during our meet and greet with Murray, we also got to meet his brother named Elliot. And so during the meet and greet, I absolutely fell in love with Murray. I knew that he was the dog for me. And if Zane and I, were ready, the foster family had told us that we could take Murray home the very next day. And so I think that, the decision is made. We get in the car and Zane looks at me and he says, "I don't like Murray. Let's adopt Elliot." And and so to this day, Murray and I have never let him live that down. So, I mean, if there is any cause for Zane to be canceled, it is for that reason exactly.
And so you said there was a second part. Is there a third part as well?
No, that's about it. That's all I got.
I didn't know if I want to give you the floor. Zane, do you have any response?
No, not to that one. Yeah, Elliot was a chunky little puppy, and I thought he looked cool. And Jenny just kind of went out and got Murray on her own, and was like, "Hey, look what I got." And I was like, "All right, that works." So yeah, Murray's really the glue that's just holding this whole family together by thread.
But what I'm getting from that is you're a freaking homewrecker. You left Elliot behind.
Jenny is the homewrecker.
Me?
No, you are. You could have gone and got Elliot, but you didn't. So you're a homewrecker. So that's not a good basis for a marriage.
She's
just
not
saying.
It's all unraveling right here, Lee.
We'll see how it goes.
Okay, Jenny, thank you for hopping on.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
Jenny, we'll talk about this later.
All right, perfect. All right, bye.
Take care, Jenny. All right, let's bring it back to the tape here. See what else Altaf has to say. Lee, you are free to stay on and with us, or it's up to you. Do you have any other thoughts before we go back to Altaf?
Well, I just got a text from Zane, and I wasn't sure what he said and what he meant by it, so I thought I'd just publicly ask him. I just got 2 words from him. He says, "Go harder." And I'm not quite sure how to take that. I'm like, I could be his mother, So he either has an older woman fetish, or I'm not exactly sure how to interpret that. But I will say that just as an observation, you have the longest fingers of any pickleball player I've ever seen.
Let's see those fingers.
They're freaking long.
I do have long fingers, I guess. I don't know.
Especially for a guy that's 5'4". I mean, those are pretty long for a little person.
I think his index finger is the same as his shoe size.
Zane, do you have any thoughts for Lee?
I don't have any roast ready for Lee. I don't know her like that. She is correct. I did actually just text her, go harder. And then I realized immediately that my text could be interpreted in a very dirty way, because that's just how my brain works. And I figure when I'm talking to a 15-year-old like Lee, I should be ready for those middle school humor jokes. But yeah, no, she said something actually nice, and I was like, why would you say that? You should be mean to me. I said, go harder. I don't get offended. And so we're waiting.
I was just waiting for him to ask me out now. We have some Facebook comments that comes in. It looks like Zane Navratil focused eyes look like he's gonna murder somebody. Those are the eyes of somebody that has murdered.
Do you know who that was?
That's the eyes of a serial killer. Actually, that's just a lot of caffeine. That's why my eyes look like this. I've been called. Grant Bond has a great character that he's shown me, and I don't know if this is part of the roast when he comes on, but apparently there's this fictional character that I look like. It's like this bunny rabbit or something with really, really big eyes and big cheeks. You'll have to ask him about it if he comes on. But this is just how my eyes look when you drink a lot of caffeine. It's a lot of Celsius in the morning.
All right. Lee, you're welcome to stay on. We're going to go back to the tape here.
Number two, everybody that knows me, they watch, they know that I don't have like a post every day on Facebook or Instagram or whatever thing you use these days. And then what do? You have like this many hashtags. I mean, I'm like scrolling up to see what you're talking about. It's all hashtags. Anybody that knows Altaf knows what? Onyx paddle, you see me at side outs or timeouts, what do? I go drink water from a Jigsaw bottle. Everybody knows that Jigsaw keeps me hydrated. After Chicago, that one point when I carried you and I ran all over the court and won the point, everybody was like, wow, how did Altaf get so fast? Well, everybody knew it was the Babolat shoes. I mean, so I don't need hashtags. You see Altaf, you go good looking, collared shirt, Onyx, Kitsch, Jigsaw, Babolat. But you gotta have all these hashtags. So number two, can we cut down on the hashtags, please, in 2022? Lastly, if you're gonna do hashtags, Zane, can we have a little more, be a little more creative? I mean, if I was doing hashtags for you, Zane, the first hashtag would be hashtag 82 pounds soaking wet. The second hashtag would be never had a sip of muscle milk my whole life. I mean, that's the kind of hashtags I want. Hashtag Altaf has more muscle in his non-playing bicep than I have in my whole body. I mean, let's have some legitimate hashtags that people can relate to. So anyway, guys, I'm really disappointed that you got to spend an hour with Zane. I'm glad this thing was only about 2.5 to 3 minutes long. Enjoy your time with Zane. Kitchen, thank you for everything you're doing for pickleball. You make it fun. I follow you. I can't wait for 2022. Cheers. Happy New Year. Love everybody.
All right. Lee, you're still here.
I know. I'm trying to get off. I'm trying to get kicked off. Sorry.
Do you want me to boot you?
Zane?
The wheels were turning there. I can't. Oh man, that's low hanging fruit right there, Lee. Lee can't.
I know.
Off.
I just laid that up for you, and I'm so sorry.
Go harder, and she can't get off still. So.
Right. Kick me out, will you?
Yeah, you're kicked.
There I am.
I just can't believe that Altaf figured out how to do this, and that he got approval from UBS to do this. Like, the dude has no idea what he's doing on there. And yeah, there's maybe a couple of hashtags, but it is pretty funny when he gets on an interview and he's like, look, I've got Babolat shoes, and now I don't have to mention them for the rest of the month. Like, that's perfect. He's just very He doesn't try to hide his sponsorships.
He clearly doesn't follow the kitchen because he would know that is not allowed. The shameless plugging of sponsors, but
yeah, man, he has no idea what's going on. He just does.
How did you meet Altaf?
I heard him grunting from like 6 courts away inside the Notre Dame arena in some Midwestern tournament in 2018. It's like, wow, that guy's got a loud grunt. That's louder than Dave Weinbach. I got to meet this guy. So actually, we played a tournament against one another. We played a couple tournaments that summer against one another, and we kept playing matches where neither of us would hit each other the ball. It would just be Kyle Salenko dinking cross court with Brian Pointer, and then Altaf came over and said, "Hey, we should play some together so that we don't have to watch Salenko and Brian Pointer play." And that's how it happened.
And then from then on, you guys have been partners?
Yeah, we've been, we played a decent amount in 2019 and a bunch in 2020, 2021. So, yeah.
You're definitely an interesting duo, I would say. And so he's going to be a senior soon, right?
Yeah, I can't believe he isn't already, but he in 2023 is going to actually be a senior, and play the senior pro. So,
and who are you targeting? What 4-5 will you be targeting then?
I
mean, I actually will be a 4 or 5 then. So
I was gonna say, you 4 or 5 by that point. If you were, then maybe we could do something. We would at least be entertaining.
Jason's a solid 3.75. So if you end up continue to slide after the chain, actually Jason's a good player. Jason's good. He'd be a good partner.
Eventually, they're just not even gonna let me like hit serves. I'll just be like, you just lose every point that you start. Your partner can serve, but you're just not allowed to hit them anymore. That'll be 2024 rules.
Nah. You think they're gonna do away with the one-handed, Zane?
Yeah, for sure.
You think so?
Imagine a way that they would keep the one-handed spin serve.
You think there's no way that they'll keep it? Wait, you think that USA Pickleball will do away with it?
I do.
I'm not so sure about that.
It would be my guess is if people start making it good, then that'll be gone. I think it wasn't done away with this year because it wasn't as high profile as the chainsaw. But I think once people start getting good at it, it'll be gone.
Yeah, but also there was never a rule against it to begin with, right? Like I think the whole issue is that you found a loophole, right, because of COVID, and you used it, and that was good for you. But
you basically cheated.
I'm just exploiting people's health and
you basically ruined the game of pickleball.
What's that?
I'm just kidding. I said you ruined the game.
Ruining pickleball.
Yeah, I actually think I think it's great for pickleball, and we said that when Mark Pfeiffer came on, and I'm bummed that the PPA has banned it, and I think it's actually great. I think you're great for pickleball. All roasting aside.
Oh, well, I have fun with stuff. I unintentionally kind of figured out how to do that chainsaw thing, and it worked for a little while, and it was at least entertaining, I guess. So not as entertaining as an Altaf hip thrust, but good enough.
Speaking of entertaining, let's go to the tape.
What's up, guys? So I know I'm supposed to be roasting Zane right now, but the last couple of times I played him in singles, he smoked me. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the future, when we both go through puberty.
Hayden is how old?
27, I think.
I think Hayden's like 14 or 15, and that hit pretty hard.
It's funny because it's so true. I think I've got the same tone voice as Hayden. I think I have the same body structure as Hayden. I think I might have 2 or 3 inches of height on top of him. But yeah, it'll be great. Like I said, once I hit my mid to late 20s growth spurt, watch out. Me and Hayden are going to be just destroying it. Big H, baby.
Hayden is the man.
I used to think that I was the best player with weight over rating, right? So pound for pound, I used to think that I was the best player in pickleball until I met Hayden. That guy, pound for pound, best player in pickleball.
I thought for sure he was going to take you in Florida, to be honest. Didn't you win the first game? Like, wasn't it like 13-11? Like, he had you.
It was like 15-13.
15-13. But then you won in the second game 11-0. Is that right?
I think so. The dude chunked a couple of high forehands. He'll be the first to tell you. He had me. He had several shots to win that first one. And yeah.
Were you nervous that you almost lost to a 12-year-old?
He just keeps getting younger. Pretty soon he's going to be Leo's younger brother.
How old's Leo, by the way? 8?
I think he's like 9 maybe now. I don't know. Yeah, about Hayden's age. But yeah, man, if I had lost to a 12-year-old, that would not be doing any wonders for my career.
It's true. Especially the first tournament after the chainsaw ban. That would have been
I think it was first match even.
The first match. It's true. We have some comments. Someone asked, is Hayden 17? I don't think he is. People are saying we're being too nice, Jason. People think that this is your birthday. Is it your birthday?
It is not my birthday. I don't know.
Not his birthday, guys. A lot of people have asked that. So,
hey, Zane, your background is in tennis. Is that right?
Yeah.
So how do you
you saw
that video? Like, in all seriousness, what was going on in that video? Like, really, were you drunk?
Would that make it more believable? No, I mean, so I played. I really have only played 2 times since I finished playing college tennis in 2018. So I played twice over the last 4 years, and it's bad, man. When you when you only play pickleball, it is not helpful for your tennis game. So one of my old college tennis buddies, who's still pretty decent, came out and told me hey, let's hit a little bit, and I was like, sure.
I mean, quite honestly, this is me roasting myself. I'm not super athletic. I love pickleball because it's one of the first things I can compete in since wrestling in high school. And I swear to God, I would be better than that in tennis right now. And so, I don't know, man. It felt like you were kind of trolling yourself. It was like a satirical. It felt very bizarre.
It was a lowlights clip. So that was an hour of tennis. I took the worst parts, but there was a lot of stuff that looked just like that. So it was brutal.
All right. Well, let's on that note, we'll go back to the tape here.
Zane, how's it going? Grant Bond here, coming at you with a 2-part question along with a little video analysis. We all know your overhead's one of your best shots. What is the key to improving your overhead? And when you get that easy ball in the match and you miss it and your partner doesn't react well, how do you deal with that on the court?
Oh, wow. Altaf is just always so encouraging. That's great. I'm just honestly ever since I whiffed an overhead on championship point in Atlanta, I'm just thankful when I make contact with the ball. That's just first and foremost. I could care less if it goes into the fence, if it goes 10 feet wide. I'm if I make contact, I'm going to count that as a win. So Altaf had every right, but the last thing I'm going to do is let Altaf come in there and take a lefty overhead and hit it 6 miles per hour. I'm going to hit hard, and I'm going to make it. I'm going to miss it. I might whiff it, but I'm at least going to swing hard enough to hit a winner. Altaf.
Tell us about Grant. You got anything for Grant? I mean, what's his story?
Well, I mean, I used to think that Grant is such a nice guy until he roasted me, but I guess if you're a pro pickleball player that's not good at pickleball like Grant, you better be nice. So
now he's not good at anything.
So yeah, if you're not good at anything, you better be nice. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, this is a roast. Grant is one of my good buddies, and we talk a lot of shit. That's for sure. I'm sure he's probably got some more for you.
All right, let's see who we got next.
Hey guys, Scott Golden here. Zane, I just have one question for you. Why do you always skip leg day at the gym? If you need a point of reference, you can check out Ben John's legs. He never skips leg day.
I mean, I just think that that's an ill-founded roast, because if there's anything that I actually have, like, it's calves. That's the only feature of my entire body that I have. Like, I've got nothing going on up here. I've got like 8-inch biceps, but at least I do have some decent legs. So, and I'm pretty sure I've got better legs than Scott Golden. I mean, look, you don't throw stones in a glass house, dude.
But he does have his own paddle.
That's true. Oh man,
Yeah, that's as low a blow as I've heard.
Oh boy, I like it. I finally we're turning things up a little bit.
I mean, I keep hearing that you're finally going to have your own paddle, but it kind of looks like a blue version of the Ben Johns paddle.
It looks eerily similar, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, it does.
Kids with the crayons got busy.
We're working on it. We're working on it. Franklin's
back to the Who do you think is next? Who do you think we got left here?
Gehrke's got to be in it. Gehrke.
Right, let's see. So before we actually go into this, these are two of the more soft-spoken, or JW for sure. I don't know Jorja. Very soft-spoken, so you really got to focus on what they're saying. But I think you'll get the gist of it.
What's that in the corner? Zane, is that you?
Oh man, you really grew up.
And out.
What are you doing here? I've been here day and night just working on the spin server, one-handed spin server.
Dang, that was 20 years ago.
Yeah. I almost didn't recognize you without your special Ben John signature paddle.
Have your hands gotten any better then? Well, show us what you got.
Was I roasted in that? I don't know. I thought the video was kind of funny. Like, it looked funny with my face on there. It changed facial expressions at one point, but I don't even know if I was roasted during that. Somebody's gonna have to explain that one to me.
No, that guy had no calves.
Calves.
Come on, man. I at least have calves. That's all I got.
Damn.
Yeah.
You're hair on your legs.
There it is.
Yeah.
I got the calves. That's it. That's what you guys can all leave now. Everybody, all 4 of the people that are watching can leave now. And yeah.
Clifford Chu just said this is a sad roast. Look, for the record, this was Zane's idea, and so we do not take responsibility for the and these are the people he suggested we have roast him, and this is what we got. So let's go back to the tape.
You guys can all leave now. Everybody, all 4 people that are watching.
I think we got like 40. Here we go.
So Zane, I have 3 questions for you. Number 1, 2021 was a really good year for you. You ended up on the medal stand a ton and got a lot of medals, did a lot of good things, and created the Zane Saw serve. Let's be honest, with that going away and you not having that serve, you probably would never have beaten Ben Johns or Tyson McGuffin. So now that serve is going to be illegal next year, my question is, what are you going to do to actually be good? Because the rest of your skills are absolutely awful. I'd like you to stay on top, but I mean, without that serve, I'm just not sure it's possible. My second question for you, I heard that Altaf is going separate ways from you. He is heading on the senior tour pretty quick here. And we both know he held you on his back and carried you to a ton of medal rounds and finals. And let's be honest, he is one of the best dressers on tour. Dude is always in a polo that is tucked in and has one of the best chest bumps and pelvic thrust celebrations that I've ever seen, ever. So I'm not sure why you've decided to part ways with him, but just wondering who you're partnering with next year that could possibly even take you anywhere close to where Toph did.
We'll pause it there.
All right, what was question number one? Am I gonna just suck without?
I think it was more of a statement saying that you have no skills beyond the spin serve from Kasandra Gehrke.
That's probably not. That's not inaccurate. Hey, like if it's good enough to beat Hayden, as long as I can still beat Hayden, that's all I need.
For a year or two.
For a year or two. Yeah, until he hits puberty and I still don't. So as long as I can beat Hayden, I'm happy. I don't need to beat McMuffin or whatever. As long as I can beat Hayden. And
who's
McGuffin. Sorry. McMuffin. He's got McNuffin.
I thought about McMacken, Kyle McMacken. But anyways. And then the second question was, it was Altaf. What are you going to do without Altaf?
I think Cass just has the hots for Altaf. That whole thing.
I thought she seemed a little
yeah, that was
into Altaf too.
That was a little weird. That's all I could start thinking of is I think Cass has the hots for Altaf. I mean, Cass, why don't you partner up with Altaf? So what am I gonna do without Altaf? I'll get carried by JW. I'll get carried by Andre. I'll get carried by DJ. Like, I don't weigh that much. I'll get carried. I can just do my own thing. I can get carried just as well as Kasandra can. I can do the whole like permanent Ernie position, just standing outside the court and let my partner take over. That's the strategy that me and Cassie used and kind of invented. So I'll just be on the opposite side of that.
All right. Well, let's see what else she has to say. And I think Clifford was actually roasting us because he then said, so it's basically him, your girlfriend, and Murray watching this. So
it's probably about right.
Probably fairly accurate at this point. Let's see what we got here.
And my third question is, well, more of a statement, but I noticed you've been taking selfies in front of Orange Theory, and there's no way that you actually go there to work out, because I do. And if you take a look at these muscles that we've got going on here, you notice that I actually do work out. So personally, I think I've got more muscle in my bicep than you do in your entire body. So if you actually want to go into Orange Theory sometime instead of just take selfies outside of it and tell everyone that you actually work out, let me know and I will show you how to lift some weights. Later, Zaner.
So that's not fair. Cass is like doing all these Olympic lifts and shit, and like I'm just over here on the treadmill doing my power walking. Like I actually do, believe it or not, go into Orange Theory. What I do in there is don't worry about that, but I get a nice Instagram post.
My wife actually did Orange Theory tonight.
Oh yeah?
Is it a good workout? She says it's a good workout.
It is fun. I actually really enjoy it. It's like me and 15 of my closest middle-aged women friends. I guess I'm just into a lot of girly stuff. This can be a roast of myself. I love going to Cycle Bar. I love going to Orange Theory, and I love going to hot yoga. And actually, funny story of the last time I was in Austin, Jenny and her friend had gone out drinking the night before, and I didn't really want to, so I was lame, and I didn't, but they did their thing, and they were really hungover the next morning, and I was feeling great. So I'm like, I'm going to go to a Soul Cycle class. And so I walked in there, and I was one of the first people in there. There's like 30 bikes. There's nobody in front of me. And then there just keeps piling in like tons of just all women. I ended up being like one of 25 people in there, and they were all chicks. And right until the end, there was nobody in the bike in front of me. But right at the end, as class is going in, like 2 minutes into class, this bike is like a foot in front of me, and this very, very big person comes in and starts pumping, like going on the bike and pedaling right in front of me, and I'm about this far away from the person's like butt. And then
this is how you first met Ryan Sherry?
I mean, I see Sherry at these all the time. Sherry loves this stuff.
Oh, that's so good.
Too. But yeah, and then the instructor is, since it's like 25 chicks, some random song comes on. It's probably Lizzo or something. They're like, all right, now twerk for us. I'm like, no, because there's this person like legitimately like a foot in front of my face. So that was my hot yoga or my experience, and I have been absolutely hooked ever since. So.
What does you? I've been thinking about yoga for pickleball. Is it a good? Does it help?
I like it. I mean, I feel like it helps me recover after long training, and I think there's a lot of good positives that come out of being flexible, whether that's injury prevention or just better ability to get to reach or get down for a ball. So yeah, I like yoga for pickleball.
All right. Well, the people who didn't end up joining us for the roast, who else? Pat Smith said he was going to make a video like 3 times. So thank you, Pat. John Sincola responded with literally no. Maybe he doesn't like the kitchen or Zane. I don't know. We had Johnny Goldberg said he was going to be on live like 3 times. We also switched the date 3 times, so that's probably on us. Who else? Ben Johns, no response. Shocking. Who else? Who else do we have? Tyson McGuffin. I don't even think I asked Tyson. Who else do we have?
Nobody likes me. That's all right. It's probably for the best.
No, I actually don't think that's what it is. I think it's that, as Jason alluded to in the beginning of the roast, the pickleball community is known for their humor. And so, it's tough. Comedians actually have a hard time roasting people. So I get people not wanting to go on and say things that aren't funny.
Yeah. This is a lot more difficult than any of us anticipated. I mean, I thought that it would be easy for people to come on and give like a one-liner or whatever, but it's not an easy thing to do. So failed concept. You guys don't need to do any more kitchen roasts. This is as bad as it's gonna get. So.
Well, I think I think you're a good sport for wanting to do this, and we appreciate all of the players who did come on live outside of Ryan Sherry, and then the ones who did make videos.
Let's talk seriously for a couple of minutes. Zane, the new serve. So you gone one-handed now? Are you spinning one-handed?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So last time we talked, you said that you had something up your sleeve. You hadn't revealed it yet. Is there anything new coming, or is it a pretty traditional kind of Evan Morgan's type serve?
Yeah. So what I'm doing right now is the Morgan Evans serve. There's something that I'm working on that has a lot of potential, but I can do extremely inconsistently. So yeah, I don't know whether that will ever see the light of day in play, but it would be interesting if it works. And
would you like to introduce it right here so we can all understand what you're up to and we can all try to start practicing it?
No, I'll probably introduce it January 1st of 2023. That gives me a full year to do it. So
the day you don't have to play with Altaf.
I didn't say it. You did.
Yeah, no, I know.
Hey, is there any truth to that you might be moving to Austin, Texas?
That's the plan. Yeah, that is the plan. So Jenny finishes her year as Miss Wisconsin in the end of June, and so we're looking to head to Austin. I think it'll be just a fun place. We'll have some more Pluckers dates, and yeah, there's plenty of good places to play. Yeah, we're looking forward to getting out of Wisconsin for a little bit. We like Wisconsin, but it'll be fun to do something a little bit different for a bit.
And you have a new endeavor that you've been working on this for 2022. Do you want to talk about it a little bit?
Being APP stuff?
Yeah, your academy.
Yeah, well, we're pretty excited. So I partnered up with the APP to run clinics at every APP domestic stop. And I just figured, you know, there are so many players coming to these tournaments, and there are still the players that are local to these places. I think it'd be a great offering for the APP, and it'd be a great fit for me to run clinics at all this stuff. And I'm very fortunate that I have 2 ladies from Austin on my staff that help me with the administrative side of things, to be able to make it happen. So we're pretty excited for APP Academy, and you can sign up for any of the APP stops on my website, zanenavratilpickleball.com. I post about it all the time on my social media. That's some of the people roasted me for posting too much on social media. I just don't want to go back to being an auditor, so please sign up for my APP Academy stuff.
Cool. And anything else that you'd like to talk about for 2022? Any other random musings?
No, I mean, I'm just thankful for you guys. I love partnering up with the kitchen and creating some content for people, and whether you like it or not, you know, I'll try to entertain in one way or another, and I think the kitchen is a great place for that. So thank you guys for creating something that can that helps grow pickleball, helps bring pro pickleball to your average player, and it helps kind of just keep the sport fun, light, entertaining, and a place where people can go and talk and have things moderated in a fair way. So I appreciate what you guys do.
Thanks,
right on.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thanks for coming up with the idea. I think it had some high points and some low points, and you know, this might be our first and only roast, but I had a lot of fun.
No, you have to try it to know. But I think
maybe Ryan Cherry will be next. He's an easier target.
All right, guys. Hey, thank you very much.
Thanks, Zane.
Right.
Appreciate it.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. Take care.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.